Hi, this is Charlie in South Bend for Open for Business, where we are learning about the impact of Goodwill's GVI and SAVE programs in neighborhoods and beyond. We've been on their recent Peace Walk and talked to people about how it's making a difference. Here with Michael, and let's talk about GVI and what it is.
Well, simply put, GVI is a strategy. It stands for Group Violence Intervention. What the strategy says is that when you take law enforcement, when you take moral leaders, and when you take social services, combine them together and work together, that you can decrease gun violence in communities.
We'll talk more about it, but let's talk about SAVE right now and describe it.
Goodwill created SAVE, which is an acronym for Stand Against Violence Every Day. And what the SAVE team does is we go out and we engage the community. One thing, we respond to shootings that occur in the community, but we go there to kind of de-escalate, to help be a calming presence to families or individuals, neighborhoods that are affected by gun violence.
Let's talk about the Peace Walk and its history, goals with it, everything about it.
When I started here, you would always hear about Huey Street in this negative context, until we got out to Huey Street in the neighborhood and we realized there are great people in this area who are fighting to make a real positive change in this community. So why not come here? Why not support them, put a spotlight on them, and then take time to give back to this very community that so many would look down upon?
Michael, how is GVI proactive when you talk about getting into places and doing things, offering things that educate?
Yeah, one of the biggest proactive aspects of GVI is through the power of Goodwill Industries. They've helped us to have a more preventive arm, even of the GVI SAVE strategy that we call straight up mentoring, which happens throughout schools in South Bend, Indiana. And that's to reach the young minds, those who might be at risk or right there on the cusp, of getting themselves into trouble. Remember, the same people who are most likely to be perpetrators of gun violence are also likely to be victims of gun violence. So getting in, reaching young hearts and minds, exposing them to new things, increasing their emotional intelligence. So we get to engage the youth and the community in a different way.
Hey, what a response we've had on this Peace Walk. That was fun to do. And now we want to get around and talk to people about this walk and everything that's going on.
We've been doing this probably for the last 8 years. Community members, way before I was on city council. My church is down the street, Christ Temple is down the street, and we decided to bring our community together every year to we would normally do like a prayer for our police department and for safety, but this year we decided to do something different, and that was to do a service piece and actually clean up one of the streets in South Bend that has had a lot of problems. They call Huey a hot street, so we're bringing hope to Huey today.
We hope for Huey. It actually brings a lot of joy to me to see our community coming together to assist to clean up the neighborhood. We know it's a lot of violence rising around the world, also in our community, and it just means a lot to me to see all of the people, whether they live in this community or not, coming here to actually help us clean.
With Goodwill, we're all about changing the community. I'm a resident of the South Bend community. We want to try to serve this community as much as possible. Goodwill is known for our stores and helping people, get jobs and education training. But this is something above and beyond, coming out and showing that we really do want to give back to the community. Being a servant to the community, cleaning up, and just making sure that everybody knows that violence isn't the way to do it. And we want to show that we do really care about this community and we want to give back.
We're praying, but our prayers have to have legs and have to have hands. And what we're doing today is we're putting legs and hands to those prayers. So we're here, Hope for Huey. I believe we've been praying for the violence to go down. We've been praying for our neighborhood to be cleaned up, but now we're actually going to go do that.
I do like to bring people together. I like helping people, and so to see many people doing the same thing is very inspirational, because that is a very big need in our community, to bring people together as well as to show them that God loves them.
What are you passionate about? Everything with GVI Save, when it gets you going, how does it stir you?
This community. Understanding that with individuals, you can come from a disadvantaged background, have all the odds stacked against you, and sometimes just having a person that takes the time to have one crucial conversation with you, to expose you to something, to take time to hear you out and see what it is you need and kind of point you in that right direction, that can shift the course and trajectory of your entire life. I know, because I've seen it firsthand. And I've seen the way that gun violence can negatively impact the family, not just the family of the victim, but also the family of the perpetrator, you know? So when you have those who come forward with a sense of compassion, you know, understanding, empathy, and cultural awareness and sensitivity, you can change lives.
Oh, I tell you, I am fired up about what Goodwill's GVI and SAVE programs are doing, and folks like this through events like this Peace Walk. And you can learn more at goodwill-ni.org.